Let's talk Thursday night football. We got the Buffalo Bills at the Houston Texans. The Bills will be a 4.5-point road favorite. Total sits at 44.5, and Buffalo comes in with a record of 7-2 overall, 5-5 against the spread, just 2-2 on the road. And I'm not sure I can get there laying points with the Bills as a road favorite. They are coming off a 44-32 win at home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That was one of my two plays for clients on Sunday in the NFL. We cashed in both of them. I wasn't exactly thrilled with the first half, Buffalo leading just 21-20. They let the Bucs run the ball down their throat. They allowed 202 rushing yards on 39 carries. I'm not great at math, but I think that's 5.2 yards per carry. In fact, only the Cincinnati Bengals are allowing more rushing yards per game than Buffalo. And when it comes to defense, you don't want to be having anything in common with the Cincinnati Bengals. And only the New York Giants are allowing more yards per carry than Buffalo. The Giants allow 5.5 yards per carry. Buffalo allows 5.4 yards per carry. Again, the Bills are in bad company when it comes to their run defense. And you look at Josh Allen's home-away splits. That doesn't bode well for the Bills, the road favorite, either. He's completing 74% of his passes at home, just 63% of his passes on the road. He's got 13 touchdown passes at home, just 5 touchdowns on the road, 4 picks at home, 3 on the road. He's averaging 9.1 yards per pass at home, 7.2 yards per attempt on the road. The Bills have failed to cover in 4 of their last 6 on the road, and they're 2-6 against the spread in their last 8 versus the Houston Texans. I'm expecting Houston to run the ball early and often and have some success in this game. The Texans also have a stellar defense. I know their quarterback issues could be we're going to talk more about the Houston Texans. But before we do, I got to tell you about a promotion we have available right now at Wagertalk.com. And I was off last week, so you guys might have forgot about this one, but you probably might remember that. Weekend Warrior, the good old Weekend Warrior. We'll give you all day college football on Saturday, all day NFL on Sunday. We'll even throw in Monday Night Football, all for just $49. Last week was another winning week with my football plays. I was 3-2 with college and pro football over the weekend. I was on vacation, so I didn't put out as many plays as I normally do. You can expect upwards of 10, 15 picks over the weekend, this weekend and the upcoming week. And we've had plenty of success. We cashed in another 5% winner in college football last week with the San Diego State Aztecs over Boise State. We had Kentucky as a home dog, winning 38-7 over Florida the previous week. But you can't wait to see who we're picking for our 5% college play this week. As always, there's no purchase necessary. You're more than welcome to tune in just for the free picks. I do ask that you take the time to smash the like button. And if you've got anything to say to me about this game or any other game, college or pro football, let me know in the comments below. Everybody likes to join in the conversation, and I love hearing from the viewers. Last week I was off, so I didn't do any single game videos, so we're not going to refer to last week's comments. I had to dig deep to the archives and pull up a couple of my favorites. So let's see what guys have said in past videos. Here we've got, this fella says, please Wager Talk. I implore you to give Jesse a raise. I buy plenty of his picks and love his free picks. He is as good as it gets and has over 12 free play videos for college football up on your site. No one is even close. Thank you for all you do, Jesse. Man, this one, I should get this printed out and framed. I promise I don't know this guy. I didn't pay him to say that. This is a legit comment. Obviously one of my favorites. They're not all like this, by the way. Some guys insult me and call me names and mock my appearance, which is fine. I'm comfortable in my own skin. Let's look at a different shade of comment, why don't we? This guy says, analysis for this game begins at 5:07. So what he's saying is he doesn't want to listen to me talk for the first 5 minutes. Perhaps if you only want to hear about the Giants, which was one of the teams playing, he says, certainly not wanting to hear you air your grievances in the chat or with the chat over the screen or with screenshots. This guy misunderstood this whole point of sharing the comments. It's not grievances. I have anybody who takes the time to view these videos and leave a comment, I have no grievances with you. We could have a difference of opinion. That's fine. I implore you to continue to comment, have your say, have your disagreements. That's what makes this fun. I love it. So keep them coming. Keep the comments coming. Let's talk about the Houston Texans. They're 5-5, 3-6-1 against the spread. They are 3-2 at home. Houston's kind of been getting it done at home. I mean, their offense is really ugly to look at. It's not pretty, but getting points at home, you think you got to consider that. You know, they've won 5 straight up in their last 5 home games against Buffalo. Yes, C.J. Stroud still dealing with a concussion. He's probably not going to play. And Davis Mills, when I was filming live the end zone with Teddy and Prez and Carmine, the chat was just going nuts about how bad Davis Mills is. And some of us were making the argument that Davis Mills might be one of the better backup quarterbacks in the league. And, you know, to make a judgment on a small sample size because he's struggling in a tough spot, I think is jumping the gun. If you look at his overall body of work, he's won plenty of games as a backup quarterback. So far this season, 726 yards, 3 touchdowns, a pick on 60% passing. Those aren't stellar numbers, but in this game in particular, where they're probably not going to be doing a lot of passing, they're probably going to be running the ball because Buffalo not very good at defending the run. That might bode okay for the Texans as a home dog. However, I wanted to take advantage of the fact that Buffalo can't stop the run. I looked at the player prop market. We got Nick Chubb. He's only had 8 carries the last 2 games. I don't know what's up with Nick Chubb. He's an old man. He's nowhere near as old as me, but he's old by football standards, and I don't know if he's 100% healthy, so I can't back Nick Chubb to get the carries and the yards. And Woody Marks, again, he's overpriced. The number they're asking him to cover this week, he's only reached that in one of his games this season. The price just isn't right to back those running backs in this game. That being said, the under is 5-0 in Houston's last 5 home games against Buffalo, 7-1 in the last 8 games overall versus Buffalo. The Texans have gone under the number in 8 of their last 11 overall. And I like the under in this game. I think Houston's going to run the ball. I think Buffalo's going to run the ball. Obviously, Houston has one of the best passing defenses in the NFL. Buffalo, one of the best rushing offenses. They're going to look to run the ball in a short week. Both teams running the ball. The clock chews up. If you look at Buffalo's road games, they've been far lower scoring than their home games so far this season. And I'm going to look at Josh Allen's passing yards under because of the way I see this game playing out. 7 of the last 8 opposing quarterbacks against the Texans have gone under this number. Now, most of those guys weren't Josh Allen, but under 227.5 yards. I don't think Allen needs to pass the ball in this game, and I don't think the Bills are going to be playing from behind the entire game, or I don't think Houston's going to be scoring enough points that Buffalo needs to continue putting points on the board. I expect it to be a low-scoring game, and Allen probably doing a lot more running than throwing, or proportionately less throwing than he was doing last week, let's say. So we're going to go under the total. We're going to go Josh Allen under his passing yards. If you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you've got anything to say to me, even if it is nasty, hit me up in the comments. I love to hear from you. Thank you for watching, everybody.